Hi, my name is Mary, and for week one discussion question in reading the ASCA, what stood out for me was A2A because according to ASCA 2016, it promotes awareness of school counselors, ethical standards, and legal mandates regarding confidentiality and appropriate rational and procedures for disclosure of student data information to school staff. This part stands out because it highlights the dual responsibility school counselors have not just to keep information private, but also to educate students on what confidentiality means and where the boundaries are. In addition, confidentiality is one of the most important aspects of building trust with students. As a future school counselor, I recognize how essential it is for students to feel safe when they open up about personal challenges, emotions, or situations they may be experiencing. If students do not trust that their information will be handled respectfully and privately, they may hesitate to reach out for help. In reading the ACA 2014, what stood out for me was A2D. Because according to ACA 2014, when counseling minors, incapacitated adults, or other persons unable to give voluntary consent, counselors seek the assent of clients to services and include them in decision making as appropriate. Counselors recognize the need to balance the ethical rights of clients to make their choices, their capacity to give consent or assent to receive services, and parental or familial legal rights and responsibilities to protect these clients and make decisions on their behalf. This point forces counselor to navigate a gray area, balancing what is ethically right and with what is legally required. For example, if a parent consents to therapy for a child, the child unwillingness still matters ethically. That is a delicate line to walk, and not everyone expects that kind of nuance. In the state of Texas, school counselors are governed by ethical standards and regulations established by both the Texas State Board of Examiners of Professional Counselors and the Texas Education Agency, which is TA. In reading about Texas rules and regulations, what stood out for me was according to Texas Education Code 33.006, mandates that school counselors accolade at least 80% of their work time to counseling program duties as defined under TEC 33.005. School districts are required to annually assess compliance with this mandate, ensuring that counselors focus primarily on direct counseling activities rather than administrative tasks. In reviewing the ethical standards outlined by the American School Council Association ASCA 2016 and the American Council Association ACA 2014, alongside the Texas state regulations for school counselors, some important insights stood out. For example, in Texas schools, counselors often have to navigate parental rights, FERPA laws, and district policies that may compel disclosure of information to parents or administrators, while ASCA and ACA ethics encourage honoring the student's voice and privacy. State and district policies may legally prioritize the parent's right to know, especially for minors, and this can cause a conflict. Balancing ethical guidelines, ASCA, ACA, with state laws and school policies, Texas regulations require school counselors to be both advocates and navigators of complex systems. These standards are not always in perfect alignment, and that is where the counselor's judgment, supervision, and ongoing professional development becomes essential.